Hi, I'm Angela Jeffries, and I'm the editor of the Wheel of Life magazine. And I'm here today with Carolyn, Laurie, and we are in the beautiful Jerry Lawrence Park in Tantallon, Nova Scotia. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Who am I? Well, my name is Carolyn, Laurie, and I do the book reviews basically because I love books. That's what I'm all about. Is I really love books. From the time I was far back as when I could read my first word, I love books. And I don't know who encouraged that in me, but I do. I love books. I love animals. I love nature. I love being out in nature. I truly believe in the written word as being very powerful. So that's who I am. I like to put love out into the world. Yep. That's the other thing about me. I think there's enough of that negative stuff going around, so I love to put love out into the world as well.
And it was books that brought you and I together many years ago.
It was, yep. I used to have my bookstore, The Annex, and of course I have Books Because.
Yes.
Books Because is, I have a Facebook page, a Twitter page, and also an Instagram page, and so I promote books and the written word on there as well.
Excellent. Yeah. So tell us, how do you view the Wheel of Life magazine?
Wheel of Life magazine. Well, I love the magazine, and I knew the second that you were doing that it would be exactly the right thing that I needed in my life, and that I would just be so attracted to. There's a lot of magazines out there, and there's a lot of fluff out there, and but what I find about this magazine that it's about life. And the title is perfect, Wheel of Life, right? So it's stories about life. It's help and advice, practical advice about life, and for people who have any kind of a variety of issues, problems, or you just want to be, read a heartwarming story. Mm. And the thing is about all your writers have amazing things to say, and sometimes it's in their experiences that they've had, how they have taught, how life has taught them something.
Yes.
So then they're choosing to be of benefit to other people by sharing their story, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's about some really hard issues. I've seen some really hard issues like abuse.
There are some, yeah.
So it's a great combination of people's stories, help, advice. It's that wheel of life. that's pretty much sums it all up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and like the Wheel of Life, it covers all areas.
It really does, because life is not just one thing.
Absolutely.
And life is not all happy, and life is not all sad. It's we have different things happening in our lives all the time. So this magazine really promotes all of it, and talks about all of it. So that's good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good. So you do the book reviews for us.
I do the book reviews.
And the book reviews that you've done so far, I absolutely love. You've picked some fantastic books, and you've shared some of your personal story as well in the book reviews.
Yes, I have.
And I love how honest you are with your book reviews, and I appreciate that very, very much.
It's my pleasure.
So in giving these book reviews, what is the underlying message you want to pass on to others?
There's two that I can really think of that are important, and the main one is the power of and how they can help you change, how they can motivate you, how they can, or even if you just want to escape. I cover all kinds of different kinds of books, all kinds of genres of books, because we're in different moods at different times. So sometimes it's nonfiction, sometimes it's fiction, sometimes it's a parable, but it's all, the importance of words, it's important to not just educate, but even as I said, the escapism of it is really important. But words have had a big influence on me, and I hope that they'll have a big influence on other people. Mm. And the second part is love. Most of the time, in any book review or do any of my writing, I'm just trying to put love out into the world. But there's enough of hate and other things going on in this world. I think it's important to put that out in what I'm doing, and that's why I share the real me and my stories as well.
So, Carolyn, what's your favorite book?
Oh, I thought you might ask that. Oh, well, you know what? There's been a lot of books over the years, Angela.
Yes, I know.
There's... just to name a couple, and then I'll get to my most recent favorite.
Okay.
Because it's, like I said, there's been a lot of books over the years. I like, strangely enough, I like books about World War II and World War One conflict, because it's how you see how people survive in those kinds of situations, like the Shell Seekers by Rosamund Pilcher is one of my all-time favorite books. I love anything in medieval times. Scottish history is like one of my favorites. Yeah. So Diana Gabaldon, the Outlander series, got a little romance in there too, right?
Yep.
But you know what? To be honest, my current favorite author right now is Matt Haig. And I'm almost getting a little bit choked up talking about him. He's written a lot of fiction, but this is a gentleman, he's from the UK. He has experienced a lot of anxiety and depression in his life, and that wonderful mix of both of them, which really can knock a person down. He wrote a book called Reasons to Stay Alive.
Which you do the review
right.
for the summer issue.
That was one of the reviews.
Yes.
And I really recommend reading that book and reading the review on the book if you want to read it before, because I share a little bit of myself in there and my issues and history with anxiety and depression, which I didn't even really realize what was going on in my life until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, really. I had this going on for a long time, didn't know what it was, right? So reading that book, it's just amazing. Like, you have to read it. It's just, he brings mental health issues out into the open and makes it okay for you to say, yeah, that's me. That's who I am.
Really important.
And without going too further into it, he just lets it be real. It's an easy read. He gives you insightful tips, things where you go, aha! Oh my God, I feel exactly like that. I remember when I was a child I started by reading books about animals, Kierkegaard, the books Misty on Chickateague, what's the one, Red Fang, all those animal books. I started out with all those when I was a kid, loved all those, and that's, I think, where my love of animals came from, really.
What do you think is next for you?
Next for me?
You got Books Because. Where do you plan on taking Books Because?
Well, I think at some point, I don't sell anything on my site at all. Right now it's all about putting the word out and supporting. But I think at some point I do want to have an e-commerce store. I used to have a bookstore, but I don't know if that's in the cards. But I just want to stay true to who I am. I don't want to force it. But I do believe people should have access to things that are book related, either whether it's accessories or whether it's books that I'm interested in. So I do plan to sell some books on my website.
So please do check out Carolyn on Books Because, altogether one word, capital B, capital B, and she's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem.
And for sharing you with all our magazine readers.
My pleasure.
And thank you to all of you for watching us and getting to know Carolyn a little more. And please do check out the Wheel of Life magazine. It's available on issue, ISSUU. And we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Thank you very much. See you next time.